This is a new day, a new beginning.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So there's been a lot of news lately on Star Wars, and one that interested me most about the news that came out is that the news that a Jedi and his apprentice is going to appear in the Ahsoka series that was talked about a couple of days ago, and we're going to get into that. So let's read here for a bit. 2 Force-sensitive characters to debut in Ahsoka. According to a new report, making Star Wars actress Yvonne Shinako, known for a role in The Spy Who Dumped Me, will be portraying a Force-sensitive character in Ahsoka named Shin. The report featured some details regarding Shin, including that she will be an apprentice to a character named Baylan, who is rumored to be a former Jedi Master now in allegiance with Thrawn. It is also stated that Shin is a dark side Force user with ties to the Nightsisters, which is a group of witches in the Clone Wars. Baylan, who making Star Wars has speculated to be portrayed by actor Ray Stevenson, will be reportedly be a Jedi survivor of Order 66 who escaped into the unknown regions of space in hiding. However, it also states that the character will be corrupted by the dark side during his time in the unknown regions, and that the Nightsisters could have a role to play in turning him to the dark side. So basically it's saying that the new character is going to be Shin and Baylan, and they've been into the unknown regions this entire time, which nobody knew. And it's basically like Baylan is going to be like a Terran Malicos type character, which we've seen Terran Malicos in Jedi Fallen Order with Marin and the Nightsisters, and how the dark side of Dathomir corrupted him, and he was a former Jedi Master, but once he got to Dathomir, he got corrupted by all the dark side and all the Force sensitive stuff that the witches were doing. So that's interesting. Let's read a little bit more. Ahsoka takes place around the same time as The Mandalorian, which is after the events of Return of the Jedi, which this report reveals that Shin would be Baylan's apprentice sometime around Return of the Jedi, and that Shin could even be a former Nightsister herself. Baylan will reportedly be working closely alongside Thrawn in the upcoming series, and the report also details that Shin will work as an assassin tasked to kill Ahsoka. It is also rumored that Baylan will eventually have to involve himself in a conflict. The report also made sure that the two characters could slightly be different when the series debuts on Disney Plus, and that is unclear as how big of a role they will play in the story as a whole. So Baylan is basically working as Sabayoth, who is in the Heir to the Empire story and all that, which is very interesting that he's working with Thrawn, and that where's Ezra at that time, and that the fact that the Return of the Jedi is when they become Master and Apprentice is interesting, because you think they would have been like, hey, we got Luke Skywalker as a Jedi, we could help, but maybe they didn't know when they were in the unknown universe. Let's also read this interesting article too. Bridging the gap between Ahsoka and the Skeleton Crew, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have been trying to build an interconnected universe within the world of Star Wars. The Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett, and now Ahsoka have already played off one another, and in the conclusion of Baylan and Shin in Ahsoka could be the connective tissue between this series and the Skeleton Crew. The recent rumor suggests that the Nightsisters would be coming back into the fold in the Skeleton Crew, and now Ahsoka as well. If this report about Shin is true, and that she's in fact a Force-sensitive member of the Nightsisters, she could potentially appear in both projects. Ahsoka has also already experienced a particular Nightsister, Asajj Ventress, who sounds familiar to Shin, seeing as how they were both assassins from the same background. If Shin and or Baylan end up living through the events of Ahsoka, the fact of that they could be closer connected with the Nightsisters opens up the possibilities for future appearances, especially in Skeleton Crew. So basically, so Shin is basically, if this report is true, is that Shin is like a Sage Ventress, where she was a Night Sister, and she's an assassin tasked to kill Ahsoka, and that now that we see that, and also Marin was also a Night Sister, who, when I said before that turned Malicos, she is teaching him about their ways as using magic and stuff. So could Marin and Shin maybe meet up? But who knows, because we don't know what's going to happen in Jedi Survivor with Marin. So could Marin also be the connective tissue with Shin? So that'll be interesting. So let's also read the speculation of making of Star Wars. Speculation is that this is a highly speculative, but I'm getting a vague sense that Ezra Bridger and Thrawn were split or were separated and have been apart for a long time. Ezra sounds like he is in hiding, perhaps lost on purpose. After Ezra figures out Balon is evil, learning, maybe Ezra stays out of hiding because evading Balon is more doable than the entirety of Palpatine's empire, which is interesting. So this is interesting that he's been hiding from Balon, because we know that Ezra has a little bit dark side in him from opening up the holocron, the Sith holocron in Rebels. So it says, when the Empire falls, thanks to Luke Skywalker, Ezra has missed all of that while lost at sea. So Ahsoka is out there looking for the lost Jedi. In the process of this, Ezra and Ahsoka will have to fight Balon and Shin to safely return home and protect home from them. And that Thrawn wants to use Balon to kill Luke Skywalker, basically like Heir of the Empire with Jorah Sabayoth. And that Thrawn has a Jedi and an apprentice. Thrawn has his Star Destroyer. And Thrawn has a resurrected or rebuilt army under his command. This will be a real threat to the New Republic, even with young Luke Skywalker, who has begun to build his Jedi Order. And it also says that Mon Mothma is relevant in the new shows, is that she did create a military disarmament act which has left the galaxy vulnerable to such unknown threat, and she is likely to be in these shows as a cameo sized part, which is interesting. So right when it says that he has a Star Destroyer that has resurrected or rebuilt army, so could that be like the when I hear the resurrected, could it be like the Death Troopers that we got in the Death Trooper books? Or could it be his rebuilt army from... remind me in the comments. Would it be like his HK? Is it HK robots that he had back in Mandalorian Season 2 and Ahsoka, when it was Ahsoka's episode? Which, honestly, all this sounds like, to me, it'll be the best Ahsoka. Ahsoka will be the best show and or live action Star Wars show that we have gotten. And I will say, yes, Mandalorian and obviously Boba Fett and Kenobi and Andor were iffies, but I think Ahsoka will be the best live action, if not the best Star Wars show that we have gotten since Revenge of the Sith. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think that Balon and Shin will be very interesting to watch in the show, and where they go from there, and basically learning about them, learning about Nightsisters, learning about their magic. It's all interesting. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think this is a good idea that we're having another Order 66 Jedi Apprentice and Master, or do you think it's a bad idea that we aren't going to be probably focusing on Thrawn in the first season, but more focusing on Shin and Balon as potentially the main villains, or do you think there's more to it? So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. You know what to do, all that fun stuff. So I'll catch you all in 2023 and in the next video. Peace out.